Shalom, giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rachah HaKodash, double honor to the apostles of Great Millstone, all of the truth of the gospel of Yahushai from. Peace, love, salutations, and blessings to the house of David, which is the elect, the men, women, and children that are preordained to be the first fruits of the kingdom of heaven, which is the kingdom of Israel, keeping the faith of Yahushai and staying in the Holy Spirit to the best of their ability, day in and day out. So this just in breaking news from Disclosed.tv says England proof of full vaccination to be made mandatory for entry to nightclubs, other venues where large crowds gather from the end of September. Negative tests will not be sufficient anymore. So let's hear him say this.
Entry to nightclubs and other venues. I should serve notice now that by the end of September, when all over 18s will have had their chance to be double jabbed, we're planning to make full vaccination the condition of entry to nightclubs and other venues where large crowds gather. Proof of a negative test will no longer be enough. I should serve it.
So there you have it. Okay, and at the bottom, it says what? Isolation is frustrating, but sacrifice remains important. Okay, and this is what this devil is doing, man. He's trying to coerce, the blind, okay, the ones who do not have the understanding, that do not have the faith in Yahushai, to sacrifice unto Baal, all right, to sacrifice unto the beast, all right, and that sacrifice is, you taking that juice. That's what he's saying, and it's either you take the juice or you be what? Isolated. And that's what they're doing. Okay? It's either isolation or you sacrifice. All right. And this is why, being in this truth, being detached from the cares of this world is so important. All right. So it's a blessing that the Lord has given us His Spirit right now, because we're seeing that. Let's get that real quick. We're seeing that the Lord is, destroying the fashions of this world, just like how He said was going to happen. All right, just like how He said by way of His prophet, by way of His apostle, Paul, here in 1 Corinthians 11, verse 2 Corinthians 11, Talakia, might be 2 Corinthians. So bear with me. 2 Corinthians 11. Nope. Salakia. Got my scriptures mixed up, but here we go. It's 1 Corinthians 7, verse 31. Let's start at 30. It says, "And they that weep as though they weep not, and they that rejoice as though they rejoice not, and they that buy as though they possess not." This is how, us being in this truth are supposed to, operate in this world, not being, attached to the things of this world, because everything that is in this world is temporary. And we're seeing that this world, the temporary things of this world is coming to an end. Okay. The agenda that these elitists have is being shown evidently. Okay, it's no longer trying to persuade people to get the jab in and by means of showing showing that it's beneficial, but now they're doing it to the point where if you don't sacrifice, right, if you don't bow the knee, then you are not going to be able to partake in society of this, great reset that they got going on. So us that's in this truth, that's why the scriptures clearly says multiple different positions, different areas, that we are supposed to be like pilgrims on the earth. And when you go into the word of a pilgrim, it's somebody that is a sojourner. All right. Verse 31, it says, "And they that use this world as not abusing it. What's this word abusing mean? Too much or excessively. To use up, consumed by use, to use fully. Overuse. All right? Don't overuse this world. Why? For the fashion of this world passeth away. Go into that word fashion. The habitus, okay? It says the discord, like, as comprising Salakia, everything a person which strikes in Salakia. Let me read that again. The habitus as comprising everything in a person which strikes the senses, the figure, the bearing, the discourse, the actions, manner of life, etc. All right. So the manner of life that people were accustomed to, that people are accustomed to, are passing away, which is why now, in the means by where they're letting this pass away is by saying what? That if you do not have that juice, you cannot partake in the fashions of this world. All right? Full proof of vaccination to be made mandatory for entry to nightclubs and other venues where large crowds gather from the end of September. Negative tests. In the beginning, it was just about, showing proof of a negative test. Okay? It was showing proof of that you don't have the CV. All right? But now it's not even a matter of whether you have it or not. It's a matter of you getting that juice. And that goes to show you that that's the agenda. Because if you can prove that you don't have the CV, why can't you go to, the why wouldn't you be allowed to go into these venues? And it's going to get to the point where, they're starting off with things that are leisures, things that are, things that are leisurely, but it's going to get to the point where it's going to be now things that are necessary. All right, that's the end game. That's where this thing is going to, and that's why being in the truth and being in the spirit of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is going to be the only thing that sustains you in these times, because a lot of people that have the lust of this world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eye, all right, they're going to do whatever it takes to continue to feed that belly, to continue to, try to maintain their lusts that they have in this world. All right, 1 John chapter 2, verse 15, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. All right, the things that are in the world. You're not supposed to love these things. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. Why? Because we are not of this world. The book of Romans tells you what? That the carnal mind, which this world is all about, the lust of the carnal, the lust of the flesh, promotes, this world, I should say, is at enmity with the Most High, in the Most High's righteousness. That's why it says, if you love this world, then you don't have the love of the Father in you, because the Father, Abba Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushai, does not love this world. On the contrary, he hates this world. And that's why he's going to bring a destructive end to this world, in the fashions of this world. And we went to the word fashions, the discourse, okay, the manner of life, which is not even really life, is death in this world, right? This world does not promote life, okay? Going to nightclubs, which a lot of times is filled with, adultery, all right? And now you got homosexuality happening in these clubs, all right? The abusing of your body by way of, taking drugs, all right, excessively drinking. That's all the things that, that wicked vibration of music. That's all those nightclubs is. And when you go back to what a nightclub really goes back to, it's I believe it's a Greek custom. All right, Bacchus. All right, I'm a Bacchus, the Greek god Bacchus. All right, you go search that up. But that's what these nightclubs go back to. All right, it says, for all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes and the pride of life is not of the world. Salaki, is not of the Father, but is of the world. And the world passeth away. All right, and it's not talking about the physical earth, but the age. Okay, let's see what it goes for the word cosmos, right? The world affairs. Okay, so the world affairs of this current world, this current eon, this age is passing away, and the lusts thereof. Okay, the lust thereof, and now that's why they're allowing it to get to the point where if you want to continue to have these lusts or fulfill these lusts, where you got to sacrifice, you got to make a sacrifice into the beast, you got to worship the beast. It says, all right, and receive his image. That's why the scripture says, who have not received the mark nor the image, all right, nor the name of the beast. The image is being, the ideologies and the customs and the things that this beast promotes. And what is he promoting right now? This juice. That's a part of the image of the beast. It says, then the world passeth away and the lust thereof, but he that doeth the will of the Father, Abba, Yahweh, God, abideth forever. And we are doing the will by having our faith in the Lord and being detached through the Holy Spirit, the Ruach HaKodesh, from this world. Which is why Paul told Timothy in 2 Timothy chapter 2, start at verse 1. It says, thou therefore, my son, be strong in the grace that is in Hamashiach Yahushua. Be strong. Okay? We have to be strong in these days, man. And the way that we be strong is not in, going to the gym. It's not in gathering, foods, all right, perishable goods, not by stocking money, but being strong in the knowledge and the faith of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And the things that thou hast heard of me among many witnesses, the same commit thou to faithful men who shall be able to teach others also. And that's what we're doing. All right, the things that we've heard from, our elders and elder brothers and apostles, and the things they heard, okay, which, comes back all the way to Yahweh Shai. All right, in the words of the Lord, that's why the scripture says that things written aforetime is written for our learning. So we are passing it down to other faithful men. It says, thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahweh Shai Mashiach. Because it's going to get hard out here. It's going to get, it says what? To suffer, endure evils, hardships, troubles, to be afflicted. This is of the beginning of sorrows, right? We are in the beginning of the stages of affliction, of hardships. But you see how the narrative is changing day by day, all right? This devil is moving quickly because he knows he has but a short time. And he's bringing more pressure because he wants more people to sacrifice. Be isolated or sacrificed. Salakia, be isolated or sacrifice unto the beast. But no, the Lord told us that we are to offer our bodies as a living sacrifice unto him. Okay, it says, no man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life. Why? Because the manner of life is passing away. It says the prosecution of any affair, business, occupation, transaction. All right, it says a transaction. Hey, what is that buying and selling? That buying and selling is transaction, to be occupied in anything. All right, we're supposed to be occupied in prophecy. Yahweh Shai in the parable said what? Occupied till I come. Occupy in what? In the will of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. But don't be occupied, don't be entangled, right? Interweaved, caught up in the occupation or the business of this life. Okay, because this life is temporary, this life is wicked, this life is passing away. That he may please him who has chosen him to be a soldier. Okay, so and that's why you can't serve two masters. That's why you can't sit at the Lord's table and also sit at the devil's table. You're either going to love one and hate the other. All right, and this is why the Lord is going to make his chosen known, the ones who have truly been reborn, the ones who have truly let go of this world. All right, put off from themselves mortal thoughts. Okay. and have followed the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. All right. Luke 21, verse 34. And take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts, meaning your minds, be overcharged, right? To be weighed down, overcharged, to be burdened with with surfeiting and drunkenness and the cares of this life. Okay, the cares of this life. And this is what this devil is doing. He's attacking what people care about in this life. Jake specifically loves to party, man. He loved to be up in these clubs. So what is this devil doing? He's making it, coercing it to be, well, if you want to continue to fulfill the lust of your flesh, sacrifice unto us. Sacrifice your body unto us. That's what this devil is saying. It says, in the cares of this life, so that day comes upon you unawares. For as a snare it shall come upon all them that dwell on the face of the whole earth. And that's what is this whole, that's why it's a pandemic, right? And this is once again only the beginning of it, the beginning of sorrows. Because we are at the end of this age. And the ones who endure unto the end, the ones who have separated themselves from this world, the ones who have followed the Lamb whithersoever he goeth, the ones who have made their bodies a living sacrifice unto Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, okay, and who have denounced the hidden things of wickedness, okay, have denounced the hidden things, or it's not the hidden things, the wicked things of this world, okay, but have put on the mind of Yahushai. Those are the ones that's going to be redeemed, be delivered, be sustained when all hell breaks loose. Romans 12, verse 1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto your power, Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, which is your reasonable service. And a crazy thing, and this is exactly what this devil is saying to do to the beast. He's saying present your bodies, line up, get your double thing, as a what? Sacrifice. So you can be presented as unholy, unacceptable unto the Most High. But then they say what? That is your reasonable service as an American, as a citizen of this world. Do it for your family. Do it for yourself. Do it for your fellow American, your fellow Briton, your fellow German. Okay? That's what this devil is saying. And that's why they're coercing and making these tactics more and more, totalitarian, Salakia, so that the ones of the people who are weak-minded, the ones of the people who are indulged in of this world, they're going to do whatever it takes to sustain that, all right, or to get that back. But the Lord is going to make a way for his elect, man. And like I said, this is why it is a blessing that the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, when we have, entered into the truth and put our hands to the plow and, kept the faith, that it makes us not even care. Like, you should, if you are in this truth, you should not give a 2 cents, all right, 1 cent. If you can't go to no nightclub, if you can't go to no football game, basketball game, if you can't, go to a shopping center, because that's what they're doing in France now. All right. The Lord is going to provide a way for us to maintain until the end. But that's why it says here, and I'll close it out with this in the book of 2nd Esdras 16. Second Esdras chapter 16, verse 37. Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slacked. Because look, what's happening is, as the Lord has put it into the minds of these devils to keep pushing toward their NWO, to keep pushing toward having everybody worship the beast in his image, and then ultimately receive that mark, the Lord is going to continue to bring more plagues upon the world, to bring more destruction, the sword, famine upon the world, right? So the plagues are not slacked because Esau is also moving fast. And then on the same time, the elect is sealed. Well, is just about sealed. This word has gone throughout the four corners of the earth. So there's nothing left but just the destruction of this world. All right, and Esau trying to make his scurrying to try to hold on to this age, but it's all for naught. It says, as a woman with child in the ninth month bringeth forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb. Which pains, when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment, and that's exactly how this is happening. Like I said earlier, it's like every day this devil is coming out with more, ways to get people to sacrifice, as the headline read, to get people to bow their knee. In those pains, those tribulations, the plagues that the Lord is bringing, it's all not slacking, man. It says, even so shall not the plagues be slacked to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrows shall come upon it on every side. Okay, every side sorrows are happening in the economy, all right, in the medical, all right, the health system, the foods, the earth, and the actual the climate. Those are sorrows, all right. The flooding, the uproars of the people, the earthquakes. Sorrows are everywhere, man. O my people, hear my word. Make you ready to thy battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. Be as pilgrims upon the earth in these bad times. Be as pilgrims upon the earth. And a pilgrim is a person who is not a native to a land. A person who has no commitment. All right. A person sees no value in the position or in the area that they're in because they're not from this place, or from that country, or from that state, or from that town, whatso have you. So the Lord is telling his people, all right, the elect, the same ones he's going to tell, my people, come up hither to be as pilgrims on the earth, because when you are as a pilgrim, you're not attached to the things of the world. You're not abusing the things of the world. So when they tell you that you won't be able to go to a nightclub unless you get juiced, the negative test will no more suffice. Well, you're a pilgrim. So it's like, all right, that don't bother me. This ain't my rest. That's why Paul said it. For here we have no continuing city, but we seek one to come. It says, he that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away, and he that buyeth as one that will lose. Same thing Paul was saying. Them that weep, weep not. Them that mourn, mourn not. Them that buyeth as one that doesn't possess. None of these things should be something that you have so much care for that you're unwilling to let go. It says, he that occupieth merchandise, as he that hath no profit by it. Okay? Don't look at, no, this truth is what profits, man. This is the only profitable thing that will last forever. Everything else you see has no profit, has no value. It says, he that buildeth, that he shall not dwell therein, and he that soweth, as if he should not reap. So also he that planteth the vineyard, as he that shall not gather the grapes. They that marry, as they that shall get no children, and they that marry not, as the widowers. And therefore they that labor in vain. All right, you're laboring in vain if you are laboring for this world. Okay, labor for the world to come. Store up your treasures in heaven, because as we see, there's not much time left here, man. There's not much time left. These puppets, they're getting their orders to get more and more down. They get more and more harsher, bring more and more wrath, because they want that sacrifice. They don't want you to sacrifice to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. They don't want you to be a living sacrifice. They want you to sacrifice to Baal. So now it's getting to the point where you going to have to choose what side you want, man. You're going to have to choose. Choose ye this day who you shall serve. Shalom.